So I just got I'm getting so many downloads, and I'm talking to Gordon, drinking coffee right now, and I just need to get this out because Spirit is talking to me so much. I just shifted timelines. It was so fast and so sudden. I changed and I shifted states of consciousness so quickly that it made me think that I was bipolar. I really did think that I was bipolar for my entire life because people told me I was. And the same with Gordon. Oh, I love you too. Okay, so what's happening is we're literally, did you just see that? It said Christ right there it said Christmas, but I only saw the word Christ. I'm telling you right now, Christ consciousness has shifted me to a higher elevated plane. And Gordon and I, our entire lives have been told we're bipolar. But I don't think it's that. I think it's that there are like these aha moments, these downloads that come in. And it summarizes an entire chapter that we just went through of suffering. And then you get like super happy because you figured something out. And then society calls you insane or something. But I see it for what it is. It's just enlightenment. It really is. It's enlightenment. And I got this download to tell you guys that the shifting of timelines is so sudden that you will easily be convinced to go back into the old state of mind when you see something in the 3D present itself. Like I just had an alert come up about a bill that I owe, right? But in this new reality, I don't owe it. In the old reality, there was a balance. In this one, I always get good shit handed to me, including a $0 balance. So it's like you forced your way into heaven by choosing love. You chose love. You went against the status quo. You even did something that your own ego was trying to get you to not do. And that was fall in love or meditate or, give generously to somebody. Whatever. You did love. You gave love or you received love, right? You forced your way into heaven. But can you stay there? If heaven is within you, then certainly hell is within you too. So which reality do you want to be in? Your thoughts have to align with heaven that you just acquired. And most people, they manifest something so incredible and then they shift out of it because they don't believe they're either worthy or they don't believe they just did it. So they get back out of alignment again. And then they bitch and moan, I chase that man because I want him again and I want that happiness again. I want to fall in love. But your frequency isn't matching it. My state of mind was I'm so unlucky and I have all these bills. But now, 20 minutes ago, I shifted timelines and now it's like I don't have bills. Not only do I not have bills, I'm the fucking god of my reality, bitch. I own this matrix and it is my bitch. I don't understand why we allow ourselves to stay in a timeline that is so painful. And it was like I was chasing Gordon too. I was chasing. I was like, I need you, honey. You're my all. You're my everything. You're my everything bagel. And then I don't. And I had this realization today, like, you're not what makes me happy. God makes me happy. Everything makes me happy.
Thank you, Lord.
Puppy makes me happy. My collective makes me happy. A sunrise makes me happy. He's not my end all be all.
No.
And if you put all your power into a man, you're making man into your God. You're making mankind, a false idol. And so guess what? On the days that I'm beautiful, he tells me I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful. On the days he says, you're being a bitch, I'm being a bitch. You see? Because I put all my stock into one dude being my everything. Nah.
I'm here to accentuate. That's it.
You're here to accentuate. Yes. When you're truly fulfilled within, your partner is just a cherry on top. They're not your end all be all. They got shit to do. They've got 24 hours in a day. He's got a life to live. Yes. He needs to be a man and you need to be independent. And this is another thing we talked about, the codependency that so many women in my collective experience. It's horrible. It's so off-putting. It's unsexy.
It is.
It's like, stop chasing, because that shit is so ugly. Nobody wants to be around it. You don't even want to be around you. That's why you're trying to cling on to someone else. You can't fill the void with anything external, with anything in this matrix. This matrix itself is the devil. It is literally, that's why they say the devil runs this world, because it's the mirror. You're falling in love with a mirror is what you're doing, and trying to make that mirror your everything. So the way that I got these downloads, it was insane. We forced ourselves. We did, didn't we? We did. We made a conscious decision last night to fix our relationship and be very, very close again. And it went against everything we both stood for. To be in the moment, in the present moment, and just say, fuck it. I want you. Fuck my ego. And then I heard we forced ourselves into heaven. Now, can you stay there? You stay there by paying for it, and you pay for it with your thoughts. Your thoughts have to align with that newer version of reality. I just got that bill alert, but immediately my head went to, oh my God, it's a zero balance now. I don't owe anything. They're going to tell me I don't owe anything. How often can you stay in that higher frequency? How often can you make your thoughts align with heaven?
Sovereignty is a new currency.
Sovereignty is a new currency. Ooh, shit. Is that today's video title?
That's a great video title. It is.
Hell yeah, it is.
That was a download on his head.
Okay, all right, guys. Sovereignty is the new currency. Damn, that's sexy. That is something my magician would say.
That is.
Hey, I love it.
I am your magician.
Ooh, God damn. All right, guys. I love you so much. I hope you have a good day. I think I just wanted at the spur of the moment to make this podcast style video. So anyway, I'm just letting you know that you guys are about to shift, and it could be like a sudden shift that is just like, oh, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. And most people might call you bipolar. Girl, the way that you would switch so quickly, like whiplash, you know, people don't understand it because they don't understand that you received the enlightenment that you received. It's a God thing. That's why it's sustainable. If this aha moment were given to you from a person or a therapist or a pastor, you probably, you would take it and you'd be like, oh my God, that's great. But to know that it came from you as God, your own source within, taught you that shit. And you have one teacher, guys. You have one teacher, and that is Christ. That is your higher self. That is Holy Spirit. That is you. That is your teacher. So if you can have that aha moment on your own, you can be self-fulfilled on your own. No one else needs to be anything for you. They're supposed to just accentuate your happiness, not be your happiness. Stop putting your power into an outside God and then bitching and moaning that your life sucks. It sucks because when they say you're pretty, you're pretty. When they say you're ugly, you're ugly. You're giving all your power over to the opinions of someone else. So I just had a sudden shift. I chose love last night. Up to that point, both of us had been so afraid to fall in love with each other again. I was even sleeping on the couch. I'd been here 3 weeks and it was really tough. It's like going from being single, bachelor, bachelorette, like very independent, to all of a sudden being a commitment, living in the same house with a dog, a cat, a mom, and him. And it's like, it's difficult at first, but I am so ready for the higher power of love. And so last night we just dropped our guard and we said, your belief about monogamy and my belief about polygamy and, well, polyamory. I don't believe in multiple marriages. I believe in multiple loves, but my polyamory and his monogamy it was a conflict, but we both decided, but I love you though. And I'm in love with you. And so if I'm in love with you, then I want to be in love. I want to be in God. God is love. So we just decided last night to love each other in the present moment as we have each other, because it can be taken from you. All love can. Eventually, one of us will die. Both of us will die eventually. So it's going to be taken from us in the 3D physical world someday. But what we were doing was delaying the inevitable. We were delaying the pain of a breakup by thinking, like, if we end it now, we won't get more invested and it won't hurt 2 years down the line, right? If we end it now, the pain, the heartbreak, it'll be a lot better than it was, right? Sorry, my dog, she's snoring. Okay. So we decided that we should just put that aside and be in love tonight. And we forced our way into heaven. It was the most magical, intimate time we've ever had in our entire like ever. And so we have literally shifted into a higher state of consciousness and together, and he's mirroring that same shit. And I went out into the living room for a second, and as I came back in the room, he was just standing there, and I heard Spirit say, he is your magician. He's already your magician. He's been suffering with you. You've both been in hell simultaneously. He has reflected your state of agony for the last 10 days about. That's about how long we've been really going through like a pretty, well, I wouldn't say breakup, but I mean, it kind of was. And I heard, oh my God, he's your magician. Like, he has changed already. He already is it now. How often are you guys saying your person has changed now? That money is here now. It's here now. Look at your bank account in your mind's eye and see the $25,000 you want or whatever. How often do you say it's here now? That determines whether or not your ass is getting kicked out of heaven. The heaven that you built for yourself. The heaven that you allow yourself into. There is no outside agent doing this on your behalf. You're the one putting yourself in hell, and you're the one putting yourself in heaven. You figure it out. If your thoughts cannot align with that heavenly aspect, with that heavenly frequency, with that heavenly state of consciousness, your ass will get kicked out of heaven, period. That's it. End of story. Okay? The frequency where you always have good luck, good karma comes in, unexpected things. Another message I got was, in the same way that when you were in a shit reality and you don't know why, but every time you'd call, a call center, they'd be like, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't help you. Click, hang up on you, right? Or you'd make money and then you'd lose it immediately because you have a bill that's due, right? It's almost like the universe kept shitting on you and you never knew why. Is the same way that the universe is going to reward you and you're not going to know why. So the download I got was the same. When you shift like I did right now, like you get to that higher state of mind, you become happy and fulfilled and you realize like you are God, like you really fucking own it. All of a sudden, the same way that the universe was compelled and forced to make your life miserable for no reason at all, bad luck, you hit every red light, you spill your coffee, is the same way that you're going to now be blessed with things that you also cannot stop. You get a great parking spot. People always compliment you. Money comes in even when you don't want it to. You find money out on the street. It's something like a state of consciousness, okay, a state of being is a reality, okay? Your state of consciousness, as Sammy Ingram would say, the manifestation coach on YouTube, if you guys watch her content, I love her. Your state of consciousness, your state of awareness, right? The state has its own, like, program. It has its own computer program. And in that computer program, every good thing that can happen will happen. And if you're in the state of a lower program, every bad thing that can happen will happen. It's not your will. It goes against what you want. No matter how much you yell at that call center rep, right? All she's doing is telling you, no, I can't help you, right? Well, now in a different reality, a different frame of mind, but the same physical person, you're the same person, you're calling the same company, but now all of a sudden it's, wow, there's nothing I can do, but you are giving me money? There's nothing I can do to change it, but you're literally telling me I have no balance? Or that you deleted my account, or that you can't find my information? Right? There's a glitch in the system. There's nothing you can do about it. The good is happening, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just like you couldn't stop the bad shit from happening, now you can't stop the good shit from happening. When you can stay in that frequency, in that state of mind of everything always works out for me, I'm the luckiest person alive, I am God of my reality, everything works out in my favor, right? There is a cost to being in heaven. It is your thoughts. Your dominant thoughts are creating reality. Your dominant thoughts have got to be aligned with the version of you that you now are. You are now a new creation in Christ as of 20 minutes ago, okay? And if you're a new creation in Christ, your thoughts better fucking align with that new version of reality, or you will get booted out by your own shit thoughts, by your Christ consciousness that is going to choose the lower frequency. You will boot yourself out of heaven, and we don't want that. We're not doing that. You don't deserve hell. So stay in the alignment of everything always works out for me. I always have good luck. And even just now, like me recording this on the phone, like I'd never done this before with Gordon in the room, but this is exactly what our life purpose is. So it makes sense. So I told him, I said, for about the last 7 to 10 days, like about the last week or so, you have been in hell with me. I have watched you miserable. I've watched him do things that he had to do to just like cope with such sadness. He was in despair because we weren't in alignment, because I wasn't in alignment with God. I wasn't in alignment in my reality. So he had to mirror that same misalignment. And I saw that man suffer for me and for lessons and for our love and for our union. So I saw the Christ suffer for me. I saw the Christ die for me, for my sins. My sins were not being in alignment with my higher thoughts. That was my sin. So him, the Christ itself, the conscious awareness, died. There was no higher self. There is. God is always, you know what I mean? The higher self does exist. But I was not choosing the awareness of Christ. The awareness of I get downloads and I'm always loved and I'm always cherished. It wasn't like that. So it's also a telltale sign that I've shifted realities, because wow, he just said a joke and he accidentally made it funnier than it should have been, because he channeled his higher self. His higher self accidentally spoke a word in it that made it even funnier. And the same with me recording this right now. I never even knew that podcast was what we were going to do, but I'm getting downloads that this is exactly what it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be teaching about the lessons we just learned. And I didn't even mean to do this. I was just like, oh, I should record this. It was like that. When you're in that higher state of frequency, you're in that higher state of mind, you're in heaven, you have to pay a currency to stay there. And in order to stay there, you've got to change your thoughts. The currency is thoughts now. You better keep it aligned or you're else to get booted out again. So I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Bye.